everybody out there in YouTube land. Woo, mercy. It is a beautiful day here in Montana today. Slowly climbing up to 60 degrees, blue skies. Having a good day. I got rolling about 6:30 a.m. Started off about an hour east of Billings, Montana. Just stopped in Billings. You know, I like to drive for about an hour or so before I have breakfast, so that worked out perfect. Stopped at the Flying J there as you're coming into Billings. You know, they got the Pilot on one side, the Flying J on the other. Believe it or not, I like the Flying J better. I need to stop and wash the windshield. But the reason why I like that Flying J better is I like what they have in their hot food there at the counter. You know, they've got those meatballs on a skewer. That's Banger's favorite, by the way. But my morning favorite that they have in there, they have this jalapeno cheese Polish sausage that they flatten out a biscuit and roll a biscuit around it and bake it in the oven. Man, you put some mustard on that. I love those things, by the way. I'm a very simple man. What can I say? Got me one of those and a Monster for breakfast. Start my day. Man, I'm after it. Just went through the scale house. Pulled over the scales. Got green lights on all three axles. Woo-hoo, we're in business. Let's see. I got a few things I want to talk about today. First thing I'm going to talk about is somebody asked me a question. You know, obviously they're watching my videos and they're thinking about the attributes, you know, of coming to Magnum. But it always kind of cracks me up. I'm going to tell you. When somebody asks me this question. And I'm going to probably put more into this subject than you think. But people always go, what are your trucks governed at? And I said, we're at 64 mile an hour governed trucks. You would not believe the amount of pushback I hear from other drivers, not with so much with Magnum. Of course, we all gripe about it as well, but we ain't going nowhere because of it, I can tell you that. That our trucks are governed at 64 mile an hour. And believe it or not, now there goes somebody past me. Even governed at 64 mile an hour, we are not the slowest trucks out here. I'm passing trucks all day. But let me just put it in perspective. If I owned this truck and I was putting the fuel in this truck, I probably wouldn't be running 64. I'd probably be running 60. But seeing as I don't pay the fuel for it, I'm going to drive this baby as fast as you'll go, 64 mile an hour all day long. If that is a deal breaker for you to come to a company, the fact that they're governed at 64 miles an hour, I personally think your priorities are messed up about how you choose a company. I see these guys in the 70 mile an hour trucks, and I see the same guys passing me 2 or 3 times a day. So all in all, they're not getting any more miles than I am. And there's the other thing. What's more important than a 64 mile an hour truck is how many miles a week do you average and is it consistent? How well does the company treat you? Do they leave you alone and let you do your job, or are they all up your butt? You know, how comfortable are you in your job where you work? Is it a relaxed atmosphere? Do they actually give a rat's butt about you as a driver? How much money do you make? How easy is it to get home on home time? Do they have a pet policy, rider policy? What benefits do they have? Insurance coverage paid for by the company. 401k. You know, all these things all together is the whole picture. And if you can get the whole picture, the best in the industry, but you have to drive a 64 mile an hour truck, is that going to keep you from taking that job? You may, you know, I should have brought that paper out. I was going to show you in writing. I was going to put it on the glass. I made $91,000 driving for Magnum last year. I'm on track for $99,000 this year as a driver. Do you think I give a rat's ass if I'm in a 64 mile an hour truck? I'll sit here and all day, all my way to the bank, brother. So, that's probably all I need to talk about that. I just come off, I don't want it to be, that kind of video, but I just did a 34 in Coon Rapids. And I don't get to the terminal, to hang out very often. Normally when I come to the terminal, I'm picking up a trainee, dropping off a trainee. So I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm in and out of there and I'm gone. Most of our drivers rarely ever go to a terminal. We just don't. When we go home, we drive our trucks home just like owner-operators. But anyway, so I did a 34 in Coon Rapids. See if I can name everybody. First night I was there were several of us there. There was me, of course. Matt, love Matt. He's been with Magnum as long as I have. Pilot Mike, I call him Pilot Mike. Not to be confused with Mike Conley, which, by the way, Mike, I'm going to remember your name from now on. That's a private joke between me and Let's see. Bob was there. Bob. I'm not even going to try to say your last name, Bob. Talking to Bob was really interesting. This guy was a connoisseur. He came from the corporate world as well, but he came from the food market industry. This guy is a food and wine connoisseur. Me and Bob went to dinner a couple of times while we were in town together. This guy knows his chow, man, and he knows his wine. So, tip to you, Bob. Let's see, who else am I forgetting? Thomas was there. And what's funny is now Bob was a rookie, all right. And I say rookie, he's been at Magnum right at a year. All the rest of us have been there for 3, 4, 5 years. But anyway, we had a great evening. We went over to, there's an Outback Steakhouse right next door to our terminal in Coon Rapids. So we walk over to the Outback because we ain't gonna drive nowhere that night. You walk right over to the Outback, drink a couple brewskis, have a cocktail, had a nice filet mignon steak. Banger's got her New York strip with the bone in it. Yum yum, right, Bangers? She's looking at me like, don't even kid me about that. No, you're not getting one today. Besides, Banger's just had skewered meatballs for breakfast. Look at me that way. Anyway, let's see. So I had actually a nice 34 mean, I went deep on it. Got me a brand new rug in between the seats here. Bought me all new bedding. Yeah, we went large on it. So, let's see, what else? I don't know. I'm sure y'all have heard me talk about this. The new galons. All of us that went to dinner, all except I think Mike didn't have one and Bob didn't have one, but everybody else had one. The new galons that goes in the truck. GALANZ. Now it looks like a regular microwave, but it is a microwave, air fryer, conventional oven, all in one unit. You know, I've been baking cookies and baking fresh hot cinnamon rolls in the morning, make fresh biscuits and then make up some sausage gravy, having biscuits and gravy in the morning for breakfast. Last night I had coconut shrimp right out of the air fryer with an orange marmalade sauce. Oh my goodness, I love that thing. Man, you get to eat real food all the time. And tonight, when I stop, I'm gonna make a full pan of fresh baked brownies in my truck. And also got me a chocolate cake mix and some of that coconut caramel pecan frosting to make a German chocolate cake. In the truck, mind you. So we are living large. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, I'm on a run going west, obviously. I'm going out to Washington and on out. I got a couple drops, some in Washington, some in Oregon. This is my favorite run, going out west. Let's see, what else do we have to say? Oh, we have a dispatcher by the name of Jordan. She's actually a driver manager. She's just not my driver manager. And last week she'd come down to the safety office. She had bought lunch, sub sandwiches for all the drivers. So she was sitting down there chit-chatting with all the drivers. Now, Jordan is cute as a bug, all right? She's one good-looking woman, okay? But when it came time to leave, Jordan got up and gave everybody in the room a hug. But me. I didn't get a Jordan hug. What the heck? Am I the... So Jordan, happy birthday to you, Jordan, but I didn't get a Jordan hug. I just want to say that I noticed that everybody got a Jordan hug, but moi. Let's see, who else? Oh, I met while I was there, I met one of our female trainers, Emily. She's fairly new to training. I say new, she's already trained 3 drivers, complete to solo, so she's not a newbie anymore, she's a veteran. But just as sweet as she could be, easygoing, casual, actually totally devoted to teaching a driver all the skills that they need as a trainer. So Emily, I think you're going to go very far as a trainer. I think you got the right attitude, and I think you give the heart to the job. I think you're going to go far, girl. I just do. Let's see. What else is there I need to talk about? Oh, for those of you who don't know, My 19 Peterbilt was just giving me fits. It was always having electrical problems. For the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, it was in the shop every month. You know, I was wanting to buy that truck too, but it's one thing nice about the 4-year test drive. You know, you actually get to know that truck. And there wasn't any way in hell I was going to buy that truck because it was just too problematic. Now, when they come out with the 2020s, they offered me a new truck, and I said no, I wanted to keep my 19. When we got our new 21s in, I said no, I don't want a new truck, I want to keep my 19, because I wanted to buy it, right? But with the issues that it was having in electrical, and the only way that that truck's going to be right is if they totally yank out the entire wiring harness in the truck and replace it. And for some reason it's fighting and pulling tooth to get that done on that truck. So I called Tony and said, Tony, I've had enough of this 19. I need a new truck. And he had already given all the 2021s out, but he did have this 2020 here that was available. So we just traded my satellite TV unit onto it. I took it. Now I've had it right at a month now, and this baby girl has not missed a hiccup. I haven't even had an engine light come on this truck. Now I did go into manual, had a trainee on board, and I had him flip it into manual coming down the side of a mountain, and it was not operating the way I was wanting to, and it was giving us all kinds of warning bells and whistles. Just absolutely scared the crap out of me. Come find out, the new 2020s operate different when you're driving down the side of a mountain. That would have been nice if somebody would have told me that, right? Yeah, they operate a little bit different. You actually leave them in automatic coming down the hill. Would have liked to have done that before I did it. Yeah, we were coming down out of Raton Pass, man. Now, last month I made 2 circles around the United States. Went to from North Dakota, went to Texas, to Denver, back to North Dakota, to Orlando, Florida, to Georgia, back to Denver, back to North Dakota. I was making circles around the United States. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Robert, my trainee, which I kicked off the truck about a week ago. I joke about that, kicking him off the truck. He went into his solo truck. 3 weeks, did over 8,000 miles, going on 9,000 miles in 3 weeks. And went into his solo truck and immediately takes a week off and takes his truck home. Matter of fact, he's supposed to come out off of his 1 week home time tomorrow, I think. Let's see, what else is there? I saw this video, and it was about this guy that was supposedly a time traveler, right? Yeah. Anyway, he said he was going to prove that he was a time traveler, and he couldn't tell you what it was, but something big was going to happen on September 24th. So today is September 23rd. Tomorrow is September 24th. So be on the lookout for the big event tomorrow. We'll see, right? My luck, the big event will be the Yellowstone Caldera blows up with a volcanic eruption just as I'm on the north side of Yellowstone. You watch. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But as long as the Pacific Rim of Fire didn't go volcanically active, as long as that's not the big event, I should be okay, right? Oh, mercy, that's a pretty... Oh man, that's my color and everything. Dude, you're driving my truck. I had a guy just go by me in a navy blue metallic 389 Peterbilt. Had a nice reefer trailer all chromed out. Man, that's a pretty truck. That's what I'd really like to have. But I just wouldn't want to pay for the fuel that put me drinks. It's all good give and take, right? Oh, final note. Michelle, her baby boy Weston, she had him 10 weeks premature, but he has been gaining weight, doing fantastic. Coming up on 5 pounds. He's probably going to get to come home for too long. I have been elected as the official Papa Wall, so I will do everything to be a good Papa and spoil that little booger rotten. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, on the down note. Now Bangers is doing just fine. Don't get any. I know, baby. I'm going to talk about you for a minute. Bangers is doing just fine. I know. I'm saying your name. But we had a little outbreak on the face, so I took her to the vet last week. Said it was a form of similar to acne, probably caused by exposure to plastics. But anyway, so she got a steroid shot. She's on antibiotics, and here it is a week later, and cleared right up, didn't it? Yeah. Now she got her pretty face back. But that being said, now Banger, she's not real fat, but she's a little overweight. I mean, she's not slim and trim if she was running 80 miles every day on the farm, but yeah, the vet, I said, yeah, she's fatter than a tick. He goes, actually, for a border collie, she's not bad. So he had no concerns about her weight. The Bangers is starting to show her age. And I've always loved the fact that she can get in and out of the truck on her own. But as of recently, she runs up like she's going to jump on the truck. She plants her front feet on the step, and then she backs off. Now, if I park the truck next to a curb so that she's got a little 4 to 6 inch advantage, whoop, up in the truck she goes. But if she has to go on the flat ground into the truck, it's getting hard for her to get in and out of the truck. And she has also learned that if she'll run up, put her front feet on the step, stop, back up, turn around and look at me, that I'll pick her up, put her on the top step. Make it easier for her to get in the truck. So I don't know if she's really having difficulty getting in the truck or if she's just training the recap to pick her up because she's a spoiled rotten princess. It could go either way. We're not exactly sure. But I guess that's all the up and up what's going on in my life. Driving down the road, driving through Montana today. Absolutely loving my life, loving my job. Everything's going great. My daughter, Miss Addison, is really starting to kick off her career in the right way now that she's out of college. it for what I wanted to talk about today. I know this video's been rather long-winded, but got a couple more videos coming out. We'll do those in the next day or two when I got the time to do so. But anyway, y'all have an absolutely blessed day. God bless you, each and every one. And remember, you too can change the world. All you got to do is be nice to each other. Bye-bye.